A very welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us on YouTube Live. Now, we all know what we are here for or what exactly we're going to talk about. So, let's go ahead with that. Let's try to talk about what and how this company and your placement would be. So, what are we going to talk about? Simple. The most common thing where every student want today is placement. But the question remains, are we prepared? Do we know how placements and do we know what company want? Now there are a lot many if, what, why, etc. questions, but we need to answer them each one. So next couple of minutes of your life, give me, let's make it more useful, let's make it more understandable. So let's go with the first and the most basic thing. Should we invest in IT career? Sir, yeah, other than IT कुछ try करे. These figures would make you know more interested in IT. As you can see, currently, as per 2023, even with recession, slowdown, and so many different things, we still end up as 18,808 crores of industry. यानी कि मैं बात कर रहा हूँ इंडस्ट्री विच इज नियर अबाउट 19,000 crores. अगर इंडस्ट्री इतना बड़ा है, पैकेजेस भी बड़े होंगे, ऑप्शंस भी बड़े मिलेंगे, बट देन there is small but if etc comes into picture. That is how prepared you are. So the seminar is going to talk about all these points in detail. So start making notes, start making sense, and achieve what you want. So to go with the first thing, we all know what are the top MNCs which are going to work with, but still if people are new who have no idea about this, let me help you off. Well, these are the top 5 MNCs India. We all know TCS, Infosys, HCL, Wipro, and Tech Mahindra. This is their contribution for this year in terms of currency or in terms of GDP, etc. Mind you, why I've used word GDP. As a IT MNC, we are 8% contributor to the complete GDP of the country. 8% is a very big amount. We already said 19,000 crores, so that is from IT side which we are going. Wonderful. Now this is expected to grow exponentially. At least the prediction says by 2025 we will be growing it to something called as 10% of the overall GDP. This makes a very big amount to talk about. So एक ऐसा इंडस्ट्री जो इतना ग्रो होने वाला है उसमें जॉब ना मिले नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है सर, जॉब तो मिल जाएगा, बट पढ़ना क्या? ओके, दैट कम्स विद अ गुड क्वेश्चन. एज पर अवर मार्केट सर्वे, दिस इज अ करंट और दिस आर द लिस्ट ऑफ करंट टेक्नोलॉजी जिसमें बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है, जॉब ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है या फ्यूचर ऑफ 2024 वुड बी ऑन देम. सो एनीवे वी शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर फ्यूचर. सो व्हाट वी हैव? वेल, वी हैव cloud computing, we have AI, ML, cybersecurity, data science. These are most talked about lines today. Everybody talks. No, anybody wants to feel cool. The only thing they say is, what are you doing? I'm doing something in data science. I'm doing something in ML. But how much you understand the lines? So you make it a point that you understand this. There are a couple of seminars more coming in where we will be talking about each of these lines so that you understand how and what are they. Apart from that, the new technologies wise, currently fintechs are doing very good and future of fintech is going to be way better. Fintech is basically financial technology, engineer with the knowledge of programming, handling financial related projects, technology or apps. Agriculture is going on, called as agri-tech. Then our own line, edutech, that is educational, technical education and education with technology comes as a very promising line. Apart from that, e-commerce, all-time favorite, it is growing. We buy everything online. We watch seminars like this online. So lot of things going online. So online e-commerce is going to grow और इन सब के बीच में आता है और एक creativity. Right from digital marketing, video editing skill, video production, special effects, animation, all are going to boom in future. So these are the set of lines which you should be ready with when it comes for future. If you are planning to make your future secure and you want to work with a very heavy or a good package, then the best option you can actually work with is a concept of playing in terms of these lines. अच्छा सर, ठीक है, ये लाइंस तो हम लोग संभाल लेंगे. समथिंग बियॉन्ड दैट, यस, समथिंग बियॉन्ड दैट डज हैव अ आंसर. सो ये तो है सर, अब हम लोग को बोलो प्लेसमेंट कैसे मिलेगा. ओके, प्लेसमेंट मिलने से पहले आई ऑलवेज लव टू शो दिस इमेज बिकॉज देयर इज अ फन. एवरीबडी वॉन्ट्स टू वर्क, सो स्टूडेंट वॉन्ट्स नो and industry wants, but there is a pit. एक बहुत गहरी खाई है इन दोनों के बीच में, दैट इज लैक ऑफ स्किल। हम लोग के इंजीनियर्स स्टूडेंट्स जो हम लोग प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, दे हैव सेट ऑफ स्किल्स, बट what industry wants is more important। और यहाँ पे ये exact scenario है currently which is making things go bad। Why we hear student getting 11 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 30 lakhs packages, and why we hear students saying, sir, 15 interviews, एक भी select नहीं हुआ। Both are students, both are trained by us, both are part of some constant universities, but then what went wrong? Okay, now यहाँ पे एक gap आता है which is this particular thing। Student knows set of skills, but the question remains, do industry need them, or are you up to the level which industry wants you to be? So what do you mean? Okay, now recently I have seen one of the resume that student has mentioned around 7 different programming language. I was impressed, wow. So I asked him, come sit, honestly rate yourself in all 7 languages, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. And he was very honest. 1, 2.5, 3, 2, 1, 6. So now there was a question, very simple. I asked him 7 languages. तो जिनमें 1 बोला है वो कौन से languages है? Sir, hello world आता है. And that's where students go wrong. Knowing a language and using a language for solution is a 2 different concept. And this is what exactly industry wants. Today, I have a resume which would have 10 languages, but everything, hardly at a point of 1 or 2 versus a resume जिसमें सिर्फ 2 language है, but I can say skill up to 7, 8 or 9. I will still hire the second one. Reason? He knows logical thinking, he knows problem solving. What I need to teach him is a technology, and this is exactly what industry is at. Students are trying to cover more languages, where an industry wants more in-depth. I'm okay, according to one of the individual which have recently spoke, belongs to MNC background. He said, Amar, while hiring, even a student knows basic syntax but excellent logical problem solving skill, we will hire, because ultimately as per the need we will retrain him, but we want people who can be trained properly. And companies like us, we belong to the category who says let's prepare student as per the industry. That's why whatever courses we generally go for, we always first talk to industry experts, take their advice, what kind of engineers they need, and that kind of courses are made. And that's exactly students should be doing. Explore what you want or where you want to be, and then prepare yourself accordingly. That will give you better results. So let's go ahead and understand what are the basic things which MNC would look to hire you. Chalo, let's try to go with. Now, this is a basic set of things which MNC looks into. The process goes with a proper resume, and this is where you need to be more careful. हम में से कुछ लोगों के resume इतने बुरे कि ATS system के through filter ही नहीं होते. For people who are listening right now, pause this video and go through and try to check what is ATS. You will soon understand all the resume would go through ATS system. Only once your resume gets clear from ATS system, they go to HR, and then HR will get into picture. Your resume should be ATS friendly. There are more seminars coming in where we'll be talking about how ATS system works and how to make it more friendly. Do attend that. Currently coming back, online test. Now online test talks about everything. That talks about what you tend to work with, something called as your aptitude, your general knowledge about technology, technical skills like C, C++, operating system, microprocessor. This is all comes under the online test. Around 70% crowd gets filtered over here only. कुछ लोगों का मैथ्स प्रॉब्लम है, क्वांटिटेटिव मैथ्स, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, कुछ लोगों का टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है. सो यू हैव टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड वेयर यू लैग. यू शुड बी ट्राइंग टू और प्रैक्टिस मोर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग. अब ये होने के बाद हम लोग टेक्निकल इंटरव्यूज में आते हैं. नाउ देयर आर सो मैनी डिफरेंट वेज. कोडिंग एग्जाम्स, then live coding tests, then debugging tests. These are various type of tests currently taken in market. Once you are done with that, very few company talks about kind of a GD. Few, but there are few. And then there is a HR interview round. So this is a set of things. Common problems student face. Resumes are bad. They don't clear ATS system. Online tests, they don't perform well. Technical interview. One of the odd college whom we are training, So we have around 200 people. Before we entered, there was one XYZ big company with a 11 lakh package came in. मज़ा आया. Around 200 odd people enters. First round is cleared by 42 out of 200. Then the next technical round is cleared by 0. That's why we came in, we trained, and luckily for Touchwood, the result went from 0 to 80. But again, the concept I'm trying to say is to understand your resume should be properly made. Your online test, you need to face MCQ based hota hai most of the time. Find output, what would be output of it, what is speed, everything. General knowledge plus coding plus technical knowledge. Technical interviews most of the time pure onto coding, and that too on those topics which companies are gonna need. Be very, very careful. This is gonna be important. And once you go with that, technical HR interviews would always be that. So this is a general flow. Every company will slightly change, mix and match, but again, this is a normal flow. So sir, हायर होने के लिए इंडस्ट्री देखेगा क्या? ओके, हायर होने के लिए इंडस्ट्री दो चीज़ें देखेगा. पहला, द सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एंड द हार्ड स्किल. मज़ा आता है स्टूडेंट लेवल में, या तो हम लोग के दोनों स्किल आर डाउन, और वी आर गुड विथ वन, बैड विथ अदर. Like you're good with speaking, you have confidence, but you don't know what to speak. The hard skill is missing. For a lot of us, sir, soft skill क्या होता है, hard skill क्या होता है? Soft skill, presentation, speaking, ability to understand. This comes under soft skills. Hard skills about coding, technical knowledge, other hard skill. But still, if you want to list down all, चलो बात करते हैं soft skills. Soft skills comes under the category of working with something which we call as communication, teamwork abilities, that is how you handle team questions, like in this scenario what you would do, in this scenario how you would work. Like one of the funny thing I still remember, there was one of the HR question given. On a dark night, heavy raining, you are moving through car, you are alone. You saw old lady and a young girl whom you somehow had attachment priorly, but you can only give lift to one. How or what you would do? Now this may sound absurd, कि क्या कुछ भी पूछते. They want to see your reasoning. There are so many things. No, I will give lift to the lady. Then वो बेचारी यंग रुक जाएगी. अच्छा नहीं सर, यंग को लेगा तो so bad person यार, ऐसे करने का. I mean अच्छी लड़की दिखी तो लेके निकल जाने का. So then that one of the answer which was very interesting at that time was so simple. I will get down. I'll let the lady, if she knows driving, I'll ask her to take my car and tell somebody from the city that we are here and send a taxi, and I will wait with the girl. अब इसका कोई logical right या wrong answer नहीं है, but this is what they want to understand, what your logical reasonings would be. Make it very, very effective. Then adapting to environment, maybe technology wise, टूल वाइज. आजकल बहुत सारे लोगों को क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है, चैट जीपीटी आता है क्या, प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग मालूम है क्या, इवन दो दे आर बीइंग हायर्ड एज अ जावा पाइथन ट्रेनर्स और ट्रेनीज रादर, बट फिर भी ये क्वेश्चन. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड इज, डू यू नो, गिवन सम प्रॉब्लम, आर यू एबल टू सॉल्व इट लॉजिकली, आर यू एबल टू टाइम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हेन समबडी आस्क्स यू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ, इट हैज़ टू बी टाइम, 2 से 3 मिनट. Who are you, where are you from, why you did your engineering, or why you did your particular stream, what made you go through, what is your future plan. Very simple, in a concise 2 to 3 minutes. You should have a proper time management. तो ये सारे skills soft skills में आते हैं. ठीक है सर, soft skills हम लोग के बहुत अच्छे हैं. Then let's talk about the hard skills. Well, we do have hard skills with the concept of operating system, network system, that is talking about what is OS, how internet, TCP, IP, protocols, various devices work, the basic fundamental knowledge about data structures and algorithm, different type of algorithm, given a particular situation, which one you would use and why. And then going further, the concept of GitHub, version control, most common. This is to everybody who is viewing it right now. Remember, go and get a GitHub understanding, so that you can actually start uploading your projects and everything on Git, because nowadays even exploring Git, people are getting job options, people are getting direct calls that we've gone through your Git, we saw you have done 13 projects, very nice, we would like to interview you. So build your Git in a very simple manner. Then basic question of software designing, software life cycle, SDLC, जो software engineering जैसे subjects में हम लोग ने किए हैं. Because apart from knowing just coding, you should know all this. Mind you, इसमें मैंने coding लिखा नहीं, because this is by default. You should understand coding by default. So make it a point that you understand all this thing prepared with all this thing? If not, we have resources. डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक्स आ जाएंगे विद करियर क्रेडेंशियल्स. वहाँ पे गो फॉर फ्री रिसोर्सेज. यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ बुक्स, lot of material which you can actually use for making your career better. Otherwise we are always there to help. So let's go. Sir ये तो मालूम पड़ गया, हार्ड स्किल मालूम पड़ गया, सॉफ्ट स्किल मालूम पड़ गया. वी आर वेरी गुड विद दैट. नाउ द मेजर क्वेश्चन कम्स, what exactly MNC will look into student when it comes to the system? What exactly it is that they should know? Now when you talk about this, what they should know or what they would be looking at, सबसे पहला strong fundamentals. By saying strong fundamental, I'm not talking about a very core of machines, but yes, core of programming. What is compiler, what is interpreter, what works faster, basically everything which makes programming. We do have course of basics of coding which explores lot of things like this. Again, you can go through the description, link diya hua hai. You guys can actually take that free course and understand how we work with all this. Apart from all this coming into picture, your programming proficiency. You relate today, the batches which we run, we spend around 100 hours just in building the entire project, their skills, their logical reasoning. मैं generally बोलता हूँ per week at least 10 problems should be solved so that people are prepared for different type of logical reasoning and problem handling. And now this time when I'm saying our problem solving skill, consider I give you a scenario of traveling salesman. If doesn't make sense, okay, you have 4 delivery agents, you have 10 deliveries to be made. Try to find out minimum distance travel and minimum time taken for delivery. Now here we start thinking, करना क्या है? तो करना क्या है? इट्स ऑप्टिमाइजेशन एल्गोरिदम है, ग्रीडी एल्गोरिदम है. हाउ मच यू नो अबाउट दैम? सो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल विल रिक्वायर ऑल दिस. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट स्किल एंड 2 skills विच आई एम न्यू एडिंग. थोड़ा बहुत क्लाउड का जानना ज़रूरी है. यू कैन टेक अ बेसिक कोर्स ऑफ GCP, दैट इज गूगल क्लाउड सिस्टम, और AWS to understand what is cloud, how they work. Why? Today nobody uses mainframe. Every storage, resource and data is shared via the cloud. तो अगर cloud है तो क्लाउड के लिए क्या करोगे? सो दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी टेंड टू वर्क विद. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, यू शुड बी प्रिपेयरिंग योरसेल्फ विद द एमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी. सो एमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी क्या है? अगेन, जैसे मैं पहले बोल चुका हूँ, ChatGPT, AI. डू यू नो बिट ऑफ देम? डू यू नो बिट ऑफ एक्सेल? डू यू नो प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल? सो बाय सेइंग ऑल दिस, look around, you would understand what are the new technologies going. Preparing beforehand, before you get a job, will always add it to your resume and always give you edge above others who are your competitors at the time of interview. So do make all this possible. ठीक है सर, ये तो सब समझ गया, हम लोग प्रिपेयर करेंगे. बट should we prepare for all industry? All? Nah, there is a difference. Now when you talk about going through what all you should do, सो सबसे पहले टेक्निकल स्किल रेडी करो बिकॉज इट इज़ नीडेड. अब ऊपर के एरियाज जो भी मैंने कहे थे, दैट इज मशीन लर्निंग, डेटा साइंस एक्सेट्रा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन वेर यू वांट टू बी. गेन एक्सपीरियंस थ्रू इंटर्नशिप. Every university now has made a compulsion that you should at least do 4 internships during your engineering, that is post 4th semester. तो 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th भाई compulsory internship करो. Why? Internship will actually allow you to have a real hands-on experience on what you are planning to be. समटाइम्स यू एक्चुअली फील मुझे नहीं करना, मुझसे नहीं होगा, ये हमसे ना हो पाई. और समटाइम्स यू एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड, डन, this is the line which I wanted. In fact, I say internships are the best option. If you're getting confused what you want to do, take multiple internships. There will be definitely one type of work which you will like. That like becomes love and the love becomes your career. Then that's the best option. So do internship. Network with professionals. Seminars like this, we take workshops. Be a part of things so that you understand what is happening around. If you are lazy enough not to concentrate much, just start attending webinars, seminars, workshops so that you understand what they are doing. Are you interested? If you are interested, start exploring. If you are not, shift, go to next. You always have options. Then we talk about developing strong communication and soft skills. I have few of the students जिनका problem technical skill नहीं है, speaking skills है. Means they are very good with coding, but when you suddenly ask them, okay, introduce yourself, ba bu bi ba, वो एक कैरेक्टर है, याद है, आयो आयो, वैसा हालत तुम लोग का होता है. यू आर नॉट एबल टू स्पीक अप. तो वहाँ कॉमिक में वो बोलता नहीं है तो हो गया, बट यहाँ अगर नहीं बोला तो नो. आई रिमेंबर one of no very close friend of mine and a co-founder of Career Credential, Vinay sir, makes this statement. Amar, what is interview? I gave all technical way. He said, no, interview is a very simple. It's a process of selling yourself. Well, interesting. Because if you see the bigger picture, what is interview? I accept. It's a selling yourself. तुम खुद प्रोडक्ट हो. अब कितने अच्छे बुरे हो तुम जानो. बट क्या तुम खुद को बेच पा रहे हो? Sounds cheap ना, but really can't help it. That's exactly his interview. How to sell yourself with the maximum amount. So start developing the skills. And most important, stay up to date. Today, the world is so much changing at a speed that people have no idea of everything, but at least have some idea of some things related to you. Don't go on reels जो कच्चा बादाम और पक्का बादाम कर रहे. Try to go on reels जो technically कुछ बोल रहे. Go through 2-3 reels search करो. You will have a series of reels coming which are technically making you sound or proficient into your skills. Start using them. So you have a lot of things. If you do this, you will be at least at a stage that interviewer would be happy to see you and you will be happy to face interview. So ठीक है. And let's talk about something why we are here for. So let's talk about 10 companies जिनका हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं and what are they looking for 2024. So these are from the various sources, media and few of personal interviews with them. This is what companies are doing. So सर हर कंपनी के लिए एक ही प्रिपरेशन होता है ना? नहीं, हर कंपनी का रिक्वायरमेंट्स अलग है. They are hiring for different scales and they would hire for different things. So you should be knowing companies. Now here I'll just switch to full screen mode if you want to, so that you guys can see, or else we can keep it over here only. So now let us try to understand one of the biggest giant recruitment के हिसाब से, because सबसे ज़्यादा recruitment का अगर तुमने सुना होगा, especially for the campus people, TCS. भैया ना इससे आगे कुछ है ना इससे पर. Currently, as per 2024, which they are finally planning to open up their recruitments, this is what TCS ने कहा है. This is what news we got कि TCS has been talking about programming. कौन से platforms open कर रहा है? Java, Python, AI, Cloud, Blockchain and IoT. This is what they are technologies they are dealing with. Currently, they would be soon starting hiring, which would happen very soon now. So they will be looking out for software engineers, freshers, data scientists with minimum of fresher level experience but with proper certification, cloud architecture, again experience, and cybersecurity specialist with experience. So freshers का अगर बात किया जाए, these are 2 points where they should be prepared. What are they currently focusing as a company? They are focusing on digital transformation, automation, giving solutions and customer experience based apps. So TCS is doing all this thing. I would like students to literally search this term so that they understand what these technologies are, so that they can understand whether they like it or not. थोड़ा काम कुछ भी करो यार, तुम भी करो, कुछ हम करें. So the concept remains. Next is the Infosys giant coming into. Technology remains same, but एक बड़ा unit उनका आप काम करने लगा है digital marketing and big data पे. So apart from Java, Python, Cloud, we have a big data, AI and digital marketing coming into picture. Hiring again remains much similar. Software engineers, data analyst. सर मेरा प्रोग्रामिंग अच्छा नहीं है, फिर भी IT में करियर बनाना है, मैं क्या करूँ? उसका एक आंसर है डेटा एनालिस्ट. यू डोंट हैव टू बी टोटली अ गीक ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग, बट यू शुड बी नोइंग हाउ टू यूज टूल्स एंड हाउ टू वर्क विद प्रेडिक्शन नंबर्स. यू शुड बी गुड विद मैथ्स. Then data analysis is one thing which you can really help you off. Digital marketing is more of a creative job. If you want, you can actually plan to work with that. So they are still, in terms of hiring, what are they planning? Software engineers, data analysts, working with cloud specialist and digital marketing expert. A unit of Infosys is now getting full way in terms of digital marketing solutions. So be very, very careful. Focusing areas, automation. This is what they have been focusing from a long time. AI powered solution, which is a new entry from last 4 or 5 years. They have been onto this. Cloud infrastructure. Infosys is developing a lot of things with SaaS and other platforms coming into picture, and digital commerce obviously comes into picture about selling and buying stuff. So these are the lines in Infosys currently opening, and be ready for it. HCL, another giant to work with, and यहाँ पे एक नया चीज़ आया is the .NET requirements which they have been talking about. So apart from .NET, mainframe है but hardly being used. So I would like people to concentrate more on Java, .NET, IoT and automation. The type of engineers they require are the application developers, system engineers for support, working with cloud specialist and automation expert. When I say automation expert, what are we talking about? We are talking about experts with either the Python ability, AI, or prompt engineering comes into picture. So be very, very careful to work with. As we go further, we have a next company, Wipro. Luckily, they are already started first wave of interviews, I would say, which started late in November, but now slowly and steadily they are opening more things coming into picture. So how things work? So Java, Python, Cloud, AI, and cybersecurity and RPA. I would like you to actually search what is RPA because it's a very interesting line to very few who really understand that. So just search it. You will understand why I have asked you to try that. So currently, let's talk about. अगर आंसर नहीं मिले तो below link you can comment and ask us what is this technology so that we can be more happy to answer that. But एक बार search तो करो, data तो निकालो, नहीं मिले मैं हूँ ना. So currently going further as we work with, what are they hiring? Software engineers, data scientists, cloud architecture and cybersecurity or cybersecurity analysts. दो नए लाइन्स हैं, try to work with it. They are good. Digital security or cyber security is a really good field to be with. It does not require heavy programming, but yes, it requires good fundamental understanding of programming and use of tools to check, ethical hacking जैसे हम लोग कहते हैं, जैसे fields इनके अंडर आता है. Be very, very careful. They are gonna focus on the area of digital transformation, automation and cyber security itself. तो वहाँ पे growth ज़्यादा हो रहा है when it comes to Wipro and its technology. Tech Mahindra, one of the another giant which people want to work. Apart from the normal thing, they do have opening with .NET, SAP and DevOps blockchain. Blockchain धीरे धीरे others are also gonna use, as if now on horizon these people are actually making good products or tools related to blockchain and DevOps. DevOps is again very, very important to them. They have been hiring on DevOps quite often, but be ready. So current hiring would be obviously software engineer, SAP consultant, cloud specialist and DevOps engineers. People who wants to know more about DevOps can comment at below that what is DevOps. We'll definitely answer it back, don't worry. So currently going further, Accenture. So Accenture is currently Java Python being constant. Again, सालों से इन लोग का recruitment इस पे चल रहा है. Apart from the new entry is analytical skill, big data, AI remains. You relate, कुछ चीज़ें हर एक में कॉमन ही रह रही है, जैसे कि जावा हो गया, पाइथन हो गया, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ AI हो गया. Then there are certain things which is changing. Another common thing for most of the company today is cloud. Cloud से मुझे ये नहीं बोलना कि cloud architect बनो. Cloud, at least you should understand basic command, what is cloud, how cloud works, what are the different type of clouds. Anyway, there is a seminar coming in for that also. Do go through with that. Currently talking about this. So what are we planning to hire? Obviously, the software engineer, the data analysis, the cloud architecture, and more important, business analyst. Business analyst may require MBA background to be very precise, or a good option for the people with logical reasoning ability who doesn't want to get into coding but still want to make a career with MNC is a good option to be with. So be very, very careful. Currently going with the next. So Congruent, okay. So when you talk about Congruent, sorry for the bad spelling. So what are they working? Again, .NET comes into picture. Again, RPA comes into picture, analytics and working with it. So again, Java is being constant to most of the thing. They are trying to focus on IT, outsourcing, automation, AI powered solutions and the healthcare industry, which they are actually known for. So again, you need to be very good with the coding skills and few of the abilities related to it. The Capgemini has been talking a lot on IoT, Python, Java opening. Recently I have been hearing, luckily few of our students got into also, which we are happy about. But again, be ready. Again, Java, Python, cloud, AI, cyber, IoT. IoT, cyber being more major now. Recently, a lot of projects are being handled by them on IoT and cyber security. Be very, very careful. Then, what are they hiring? Simple. Software engineer. हर एक को software engineer तो चाहिए. Data analyst, data scientist for data extraction, working, cloud architecture, and we talk about cyber security. Again, अगर ये ध्यान से सुन रहे हो या ध्यान से ये वीडियो देख भी रहे हो ना, कुछ लाइंस आपको समझ जाएंगे जो ओपन हो रही है. तो अकॉर्डिंगली स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग योरसेल्फ. इन सब का बेस होगा कोई एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज का पूरा knowledge and then going ahead with it. So be very, very careful when it comes to. Then the giant IBM to work into picture, working with one simple thing, Blockchain again comes into picture, cloud analyst, Java, Python and AI ribbons. They will be working the new lines, but this is for experience more or less, researchers and all. But apart from that, they are soon gonna hire cloud. In fact, IBM के तो कुछ courses भी है which we are soon running. So the logic is they started their own certification. If you finish that certification and then give an interview and you get selected, you get a job. So there are a lot of options coming in. Amazon बहुत लोगों के ड्रीम कंपनीज में से एक, करंटली दे आर गोना टॉक अबाउट जावा, पाइथन, गोलैंग, क्लाउड, एआई एंड मशीन लर्निंग. सो इफ यू सी द बिगर पिक्चर, काफ़ी हद तक कंपनीज में कुछ ट्रेंड दिखा. क्या दिखा? कमेंट बिलो एंड टेल मी व्हाट इज द करंट ट्रेंड, which technologies are maximum, which language was repeated in most of the company. Do try it, do update us, let us see कितना अच्छे से देख रहे हो. So currently coming into picture, they are hiring or they are going to hire software engineers, data analysts, cloud architecture, machine learning experts. So be very very careful. So they are much ahead of time. Machine learning का एक बड़ा हिस्सा है Amazon में, Amazon Prime में, सेल्स में, ये बहुत सारे जगहों पे डेटा साइंस और मशीन लर्निंग का एबिलिटी यूज़ करके बहुत सारे नए ट्रेंड सेट कर रहा है. मेकिंग वन थिंग ऑब्वियस, दे आर गोना मेक चेंजेस टू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स अराउंड. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट, दिस इज अ वन क्वेश्चन विच इज मैक्सिमम आस्क्ड टू मी. एक क्वेश्चन जिसमें पूछा जाता है तुम लोग को, एक सिंपल सा क्वेरी मुझे पूछा गया बहुत बार, सर शुड आई टॉक अबाउट ड्रीम कंपनी या शुड आई टॉक अबाउट ड्रीम रोल, कि सर ये बनूं तो अच्छा है या ये कंपनी में कुछ भी बनूं तो अच्छा है. सो इसका कोई स्ट्रेट आंसर नहीं है, इट्स अप टू यू. आई इफ गिवन अ प्रेफरेंस, लेट्स मेक इट सिंपल, इफ आई लाइक टू डू समथिंग नो मैटर वेयर आई एम, आई विल लव टू डू दैट एंड आई विल एक्सेल. यानी कि मुझे अगर अच्छा लग रहा है तो बैंग ऑन, मैं कुछ भी करके उस फील्ड में तो बहुत अच्छा बनूंगा और मुझे पैसे मिलेंगे, रिकॉग्निशन मिलेगा, सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगा. तो आई एम समबडी हु वुड वर्क विद द फैक्टर ऑफ वर्किंग विथ ये ना, फॉर मी आई विल गो विद दिस dream role. But then there are a lot of students who have, ideally they come and say, मैं क्या करना, पता नहीं, मतलब क्या अच्छा लगता है, पता नहीं. अगर if you are among those crowd who are not keen about one role but who wants to see yourself working for a particular MNC, search for that MNC and then understand what they are working, prepare. So then I'm not saying this is wrong, I'm just saying it's how you say. I belong to the category who says कि नहीं, मुझे जो अच्छा है वो मैं करूँगा, मुझे जो अच्छा लगता है वो मैं करूँगा, चाहे वो कहीं भी करूँ. अलग कैटेगरी भी है जो बोलता है नहीं नहीं, कंपनी ना, गूगल में सर कुछ भी चलेगा बट गूगल में जाना है बाबा. So then it becomes how you want. So there's nothing. I do personally prefer working with an option of dream job, dream role which you want to. If you are okay with multiple role के साथ, नहीं थोड़ा ये आता है थोड़ा आता है, but I want more precisely that particular, then go for this. But then you need to search about the company. सर मतलब क्या करना है, डोंट वरी, वी हैव योर बैक. क्या क्या करना है वो भी मैं बता रहा हूँ. सो व्हाट यू इंटेंड टू डू, अगर कोई भी इंडस्ट्री में भी यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, सर मेरे को उसमें ही काम करना है, रिसर्च फॉर दैट डिटेल्स. वो कंपनी क्या कर रहा है, किस टेक्नोलॉजीज पे हायर कर रहा है, क्या उसका मेजर है, क्या क्या टेक्नोलॉजीज हुए तो उसमें जॉब मिलने के मैक्सिमम चांसेस है, क्या पैटर्न है इंटरव्यू का, कौन से पेपर्स है, ये सारा इन्फो निकालो. दैट इज रिसर्च. टारगेट स्पेसिफिक रोल. वंस यू आर क्लियर कि भाई ये 3 रोल है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल पाइथन डेवलपमेंट में आ रहा है, आईओटी आ रहा है, साइबर आ रहा है. साइबर नहीं समझेगा, मुझे पाइथन आईओटी समझ रहा है, पाइथन से शुरू करो. सो स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट यू वांट टू, सो दैट यू कैन एक्चुअली प्लान एंड वर्क विद इट. देन नेटवर्क विद प्रोफेशनल, लिंक्डइन पे अप्रोच करो, हाई सर आई एम इंटर्नशिप चाहिए, या मे बी फॉर दिस कोर्स आई वुड लाइक टू नो मोर, और start, because they may communicate. HRs communicate a lot. Apart from that, work with the developers community or develop industrial expertise. सर जैसे कि इंटर्नशिप्स ले लो, वो क्या प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, क्या उसमें कोई एक हिस्सा आप कर सकते हो. स्टार्ट हेल्पिंग, स्टार्ट टेकिंग वर्क, मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टार्ट टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. एंड देन मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, प्रिफर फॉर टेक्निकल टेस्ट. टेक्निकल टेस्ट पे प्रिपेयर करना इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट होगा बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली टेस्ट इज गोना वैलिडेट यू बिफोर यू कुड एक्चुअली गो फॉर एचआर और टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू. सो यू नीड टू एक्चुअली प्रिपेयर. 2-3 टेस्ट दो, 4-5 टेस्ट दो वीक में. मॉक टेस्ट है, नेट पे सर्च करो, बहुत सारा इन्फो मिलेगा. अदरवाइज वी आर सून गोना वर्क विद अवर ओन प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर टेकिंग टेस्ट सो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ गुड और बैड यू आर. स्टार्ट टेकिंग दैम. जब तक खुद को जानोगे नहीं, खुद को मानोगे नहीं. सो स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट, ट्राई टू वर्क विद इट. फाइन सर इतना सब करना है, बेटा जॉब चाहिए ना, अच्छा चाहिए ना, तो मैं वो तो रील नहीं करना चाहिए कि जॉब चाहिए आ जाओ, पैसा चाहिए आ जाओ, ऐसा नहीं होता. दैट्स ओके फॉर सेलिंग फ्लैट्स, नॉट फॉर द डिग्री और अंडरस्टैंडिंग करियर. सो इफ वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट यू नीड टू गो थ्रू ऑल दिस, because the day you do all this you'll be very clear to come and say sir ये लाइन मेरे को अच्छा लगा, उसके बारे में बोलो. आई लव टू आंसर, वी एज अ टीम लव टू आंसर दोज क्वेरी वेयर स्टूडेंट कम्स एंड सर डेटा एनालिस्ट इज व्हाट आई रियली वांट टू बी, टेल अस द रोड वे. इवन इफ यू गो टू करियर क्रेडेंशियल्स वेबसाइट, वहाँ पे हम लोग ने रोड मैप्स दिए हैं, क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू अचीव समथिंग. स्टार्ट यूजिंग दैम. Believe me, you have tons of resources available nowadays. Only point is you need to know how to use that. Going further, personal branding. Sir, Instagram influencer गलती से भी नहीं. I mean बनना है बनो, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट एक सिंपल सा फैक्टर, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग एज मेकिंग Instagram influencer. We are talking about what? A proper resume which talks everything about it. Online portfolio, there are sites जो आपको आपका खुद का एक वो सिंगल पेज वेबसाइट बनाने देते हैं, विच इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ रिज्यूमे अबाउट यू. इट शोकेसेस योर वर्क, इट शोकेसेस व्हाट प्रोजेक्ट्स यू डिड, इट शो. सो आई एम अ फ्रेशर, प्रोजेक्ट तो किए होंगे, मिनी प्रोजेक्ट्स, नो फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट्स, इंटर्नशिप्स प्रोजेक्ट, स्टार्ट लिस्टिंग दैम. प्रोफेशनल नेटवर्क पे एक्टिव रहो, पूरा दिन रील्स पे जाके मत बैठो. गो ऑन लिंक्डइन, गो ऑन अदर प्रोफेशनल साइट्स. Apart from that, work with your communication skills. Today, if you are listening to me, is because I might be making more sense, and more important, I'm able to convey it using my communication. Needed, maximum needed, a right communication. And research interview technique. There are so many different techniques. We would be having soon different type of interviews, MNC. Try to attend that session, you will gonna love it, because हर interview एक जैसा नहीं होता. बोलता है ना, हर दिल कुछ बोलता है, या दिल मांगे मोर. भैया हर टेक्निकल टेस्ट अलग होगा, हर टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू अलग होगा. हाउ मेनी टाइप यू नो एंड हाउ टू हैंडल, these are the things you should be ready. So once we are done with all these things, the additional tip, internships, I don't have to say much. Certifications, as a career credentials we do take so many certification exams, और बहुत बार तो मज़ा आता है, हम लोग के स्लॉट्स फुल हो जाते हैं. I remember one of the college faculty had asked this, sir, why people are mad after this certification? मैं हंसा, फिर बोलता हाँ सर वो तो है, रिज्यूमे में काम आता है. नहीं, मतलब दैट्स एग्जैक्टली. सी यू नो अ लॉट, हाउ वुड यू प्रूव? सर्टिफिकेट, स्टार्ट टेकिंग देम. चाहे वो लिंक्डइन के हो, चाहे नेशनलाइज लेवल के हो, चाहे इंटरनेशनल हो. ट्राई टू वॉलंटियर फॉर वर्क, टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. किसी को प्रोजेक्ट में मदद कर लो, ऑब्जेक्ट्स अवेलेबल है, टास्क अवेलेबल है, वो लेके कोड करना शुरू कर दो. यू नेवर नो. लैंग्वेज एबिलिटी, हमें से आई हैव अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हु आर टेरिफिक इन कोडिंग, बट अगर इंग्लिश में उन्हें एक्सप्लेन करना बोले, सर वो वॉट ना, वो आई का वेरी, देन आई लाफ. रीज़न, आपको इंटरव्यू मानो ना मानो, यू विल नीड टू गिव इट इन इंग्लिश एटलीस्ट. So there are certain terms, it's English, you are very clear with, but you know how to speak it. Even while explaining, you might turn to English for 1 or 2 lines, it's okay, but again, you need to present yourself, and that needs to be via your language, not only dressing, but again, language. And then, एक आध इंटरव्यू में हो गया ना फेल, तभी don't get demotivated. See, this process is gonna be like a spikes, up down होते रहेगा. एक इंटरव्यू नहीं हुआ तो don't come and say, सर कुछ नहीं हो रहा सर, इट्स नॉट गोना वर्क. इट्स ओके, इट्स फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू, नहीं हुआ ठीक है, गो फॉर द सेकंड. सो सेकंड में भी नहीं हुआ, गो फॉर द, सर कितने करना है टिल यू सक्सेड. सी, ऑलवेज व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट अ फेलियर, इट इज नथिंग व्हेन यू से आई कैन नॉट डू, दैट्स यू फेल. You have to tell yourself every day in the morning, yes, we have to. I have one of the student, I remember, luckily अभी recently मिलने आया था. He came with this big sweet box, around 2 kg for the entire office. I was like, sir, finally 27th interview through, 6 लाख का पैकेज मिला. And I'm like, 27 हो गए तेरे? हाँ. And I love one thing about that guy. तो मुझे यही पूछना था, and luckily I was having a batch. तो I asked him, can you share your experience with the batch? बिंदास. सर श्योर. बोला देखो, आज मैं बहुत खुश है, दिस इज हाउ वी स्टार्टेड. आज मैं बहुत खुश है, आज मेरा जॉब सिलेक्शन हो गया, 6 लाख का मिला, सबके लिए बड़ा बॉक्स लाया, तुम लोग भी बचे उतना खाना. एंड ही वेरी क्लियरली अनाउंस, 27th इंटरव्यू आई क्लियर्ड. ना मैं उसे देख रहा है, वो हंस रहा है. मैं से समथिंग टू शेयर. द थिंग विच ही शेयर वॉज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर मी. बोलता है पहले 3 इंटरव्यू में 2-3 क्वेश्चन के बाद मैं तो आउट ही हो गया. इनफैक्ट टिल आई रिमेंबर पहले 4 में तो ऑनलाइन टेस्ट ही क्लियर नहीं हुआ, 5वें में हुआ, 2 क्वेश्चन में ही वॉज आउट बिकॉज ही वॉज नॉट. आई रिमेंबर ही टेलिंग सर 10वें इंटरव्यू में ना उसने 2 क्वेश्चन पूछे, मैं उठ गया क्योंकि 2 का कुछ मालूम नहीं था. बट देन आई सेड देन हाउ. बोलते सर मेरे को एक समझा, इन लोग इंटरव्यू में जो जो पूछ रहे हैं ना व्हाट इफ रिपीटेड. बोलता है फिर मैंने एक काम किया, मैंने एक नोटबुक लिया, जो जो क्वेश्चन मुझे पूछे थे वो लिखे, उसके आंसर ढूंढे और वो लिखे. उसके बाद सर नेक्स्ट 10 इंटरव्यू यही चल रहा था, ये पूछा इसका आंसर मालूम था, एक आध आता था एक आध नहीं आता था. करते करते आई रीच टू अ पॉइंट दैट द 27 इंटरव्यू सर आई हैड अ बिग बंच ऑफ नोटबुक जिसमें बहुत कुछ लिखा था, क्वेश्चन आंसर क्वेश्चन. आई वेंट इन और सर ऐसा लग रहा था कि जूना यूनिवर्सिटी का क्वेश्चन पेपर ही रिपीट किया बिकॉज सारे क्वेश्चन हो गए थे. तो बोलता है वो पूछ रहा था, मैं हंस के मन में बोला था अरे ये तो पूछा था 4th इंटरव्यू में, अरे ये तो पूछा था 8वें इंटरव्यू में. एंड वो लाइक सर द गाय स्टूड अप shook hand is like you are excellent in technical skill. मैं बोलता है सर मैं मन में हंस रहा था, मैं बोला नहीं बट मैं मन में बोल रहा था 27वीं बार है रे, टेंशन मत ले. सो यू रिलेट, दिस इज वॉट योर स्पिरिट्स आर. एक इंटरव्यू में रो मत, 2 में रो मत. इफ इट इज कंटिन्यूअस एफर्ट बिलीव मी सक्सेस इज योर. सक्सेस डजंट कम इन वन डे वन शॉट, इट कम्स विद अ कॉन्स्टेंट consistent effort. Do that. So this is all what we have for today. I just want you guys to understand everything in a very simple. It's a big industry. No, it's a good place to work. Come here, try to work with it. अगर इसी चीज़ को if I sum up very quickly, if I want to sum up very quickly, okay, let's understand. As a student, develop soft skills and hard skills both, speaking ability and technical ability. For that, also explore what are the current lines coming in, what interests you. This can be done by taking proper internships, attending workshops, attending voluntary work in certain events, so that you get clarity about what exactly these lines are. Once you get that, prepare yourself for that line which you feel is best for you. If you have any doubts, talk to professionals, talk to us. Ask us how, what, when, why. Get all these answers and consistently prepare for your thing. And if you do all this, believe me, success is yours. So as I always say, success is not achieved in a day. It's a consistent effort which you will always do. So guys, best of luck and do your best. This is Amar Panchal signing off. Thanks for joining and see you soon with another seminar.